as the CM face for the Mahagathbandhan, the India Bloc Alliance. And Mukesh Sahani seems like a surprise. They've announced him as the deputy. It appears that this could be a game changer for the Mahagathbandhan. How and what are the prospects of the Mahagathbandhan with Nitish, with Tejashwi Yadav going to be facing off Nitish? What really is the edge that Tejashwi has? Can he really bring the Mahagathbandhan to power this time? Last time they lost at a narrow margin. All that and more with our panelists on board. And we will take you through, of course, on our top story on deep dive on a girl in Chennai who takes her fight to the Lokpal, saying it's unfair to have girls and boys sit separately in class. This is added pressure on the girls and it's almost discrimination. Great move in the right direction. What does the law say, and psychologically what it means to sit separately or sit together? We will delve into that. And finally, on our top story on Day Tonight, a cow vigilante has been shot at in Hyderabad. The case is now spiraled into a communal tension in the city. Let me take you through the details. As always, I start with the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
एसोसिएट स्पॉन्सर बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा के संग त्योहार की उमंग.
All right, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will not attend the 47th ASEAN Summit in Malaysia, citing Deepawali celebrations. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar to be leading India's delegation amidst expectations of India-US engagement with President Trump. Defence Acquisition Council, chaired by Rajnath Singh, sanctions capital procurement proposals worth 79,000 crores to boost Army, Navy and Air Force capabilities. Defence Procurement Manual 2025 aims to simplify procedures and ensure operational readiness. New amendments to the IT rules mandate only senior officials to issue takedown notices with clear reasons, aiming to enhance transparency, precision and accountability in enforcement actions on social media platforms. India's first human space flight mission, Gaganyaan, has achieved nearly 90% of developmental work with progress on human-related rockets, orbital modules, life support and crew safety systems. ISRO chairperson V. Narayanan confirms. Jan Swaraj Party chief Prashant Kishore slams the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar after it named Tejashwi Yadav as CM candidate. Says if Bihar wants Jungle Raj yet again back, then Tejashwi is it. He's the right face. Bengaluru BJP MP Tejashwi Surya hits back at Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah for his remarks referring to him as Amavasya. He called the comment a personal attack and dubbed the Chief Minister's governance to be a solar eclipse for the state. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan will officially announce Kerala as extreme poverty free on November 1st. Film stars Kamal Haasan, Mammootty, Mohanlal to be attending that ceremony, which seems like a big win. At least that's what the Kerala government is projecting here. An Indian who was allegedly on drugs rams his truck into nearly 9 vehicles in California. In fact, he's been identified as Mr. Singh, who's 21-year-old, who's come all the way from India, illegally entered the United States, and it seems like now his immigration documentation was underway, it was in process. And while Trump already has strict rules, here you have an Indian man landing up in this mess, consuming drugs and crashing into 9 vehicles, killing 3. US President Donald Trump says India agrees to reduce Russian crude buying to almost nothing by year end. China also targeted for reduction.
एसोसिएट स्पॉन्सर बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा के संग त्योहार की उमंग.
All right, let me cut across to our top story on Bihar. The suspense is finally over in Bihar. Tejashwi Yadav, former Deputy Chief Minister and RJD leader, Lalu Prasad Yadav's son, has now been announced as the CM face for the Mahagathbandhan alliance. But what really caught everyone off guard was a last-minute twist. Mukesh Sahani, chief of the Vikashil Insan Party, who's been declared Deputy Chief Minister Deputy Chief Ministerial candidate itself, and that happened minutes before the presser where Tejashwi was announced as CM face. It appears that Mukesh Sahani insisted that either you name me right now while you're naming yourself as the CM face, I need to be declared as a deputy CM. If not, I'm walking away. I'm parting ways. Well, it seems like that really caught the RJD face there, Tejashwi, enough for him to finally succumb and announce Sahani as the deputy CM face. Let's hear it.
इसमें आना क्या है, देखिए जनता मालिक है और ये हमारे सहयोग से, अति पिछड़ा के सहयोग से, एक मल्ला के सहयोग से बिहार में सरकार बनेगा तो निश्चित तौर पे उसमें भागीदारी भी चाहिए। तो भागीदारी सुनिश्चित हुआ है और जब भागीदारी सुनिश्चित हो गया कि भाई एक अति पिछड़ा मल्ला का बेटा डिप्टी सीएम बनेंगे तो सब लोग अब मजबूती से काम करेंगे।
मंत्री कितना बनाएंगे?
जो संविधान में रूल में है वो बनेंगे।
All right, now it seems like Sahani has made it quite clear to the RJD, if you are the CM face and I am the deputy CM, if not, I'm walking away. Remember, Sahani's party, though it's small, it carries certainly some weightage. He had 4 assembly seats that he won in 2020, though there were some of them, one person who died, another one who quit to join the BJP. That happened later, but nonetheless, when he, for the first time, debuted in 2020, he won 4 assembly seats and got 9% vote share. So clearly he has the power to sway votes, and the NDA was either way quoting him. So he used that leverage now with the Mahagathbandhan allies and said, you either name me as a deputy, if not, I'm out. Mahagathbandhan, remember, lost in 2020 by barely 15 seats. The vote share gap was just 0.3%. This time, bringing Sahani on board officially and actually declaring him as deputy, well, it seems like the Mahagathbandhan could really have an edge at this point. With Tejashwi leading the charge, the alliance fired its first challenge. Our face is declared, who's yours? Remember, this is Mahagathbandhan's plank. They've been right from the start saying that Tejashwi Yadav, it was just about time that they announced his name, but now that Tejashwi has been announced, who is the NDA's face? While NDA says it is Nitish Kumar, but they're not confirming if he is going to be made the chief minister if at all NDA comes to power. Well, while all that said, we are still looking at Rahul Gandhi's absence from Mahagathbandhan posters. Remember, you had the similar controversy that kicked off with Chirag Paswan missing from NDA's posters. Here you have the Mahagathbandhan's posters that has largely Nitish Kumar, beg your pardon, largely Tejashwi Yadav, and in some other posters, a few others, but Rahul Gandhi entirely missing in Mahagathbandhan posters. And that's obviously not gone unnoticed. Of course, many asking what role will Rahul Gandhi really play in Bihar elections, if at all they come to power, what weightage will the Congress have. In fact, there should be ideally a deputy chief minister announced from the Congress's side. That also hasn't happened. So a lot of questions being asked whether the Mahagathbandhan, just by announcing Tejashwi Yadav, has really sort of aligned itself and is now fit enough to fight the NDA, or is there still internal ripples? NDA, meanwhile, sticks to the old guard, Nitish Kumar. They've constantly said we are fighting under his leadership. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, today, he was in Bihar. He called the opposition alliance a Latbandhan, not a Gathbandhan, basically saying a coalition of criminals. So Modi not mincing words there while firing at the Mahagathbandhan. Tejashwi Yadav has also said what he had to say, digging at the NDA. He says, well, the NDA is going to elections saying Nitish Kumar is at the helm, but be sure right after NDA, if they come to power, Nitish Kumar will be nowhere. They will ensure that he is out of power. So this is a kind of verbal duel that's on in Bihar. Bihar heads to polls on November 6th and 11th, results on November 14th. It will really decide if at all Tejashwi Yadav, the young challenger, can topple the veteran Nitish Kumar, or if Mukesh Sahani's big gamble here truly becomes a game changer for the Mahagathbandhan. Joining us for a little more, Nikhil Anand, spokesperson of the BJP, Professor Shyam Kumar, spokesperson of the RJD, and Dr. Sanjay Kumar, a political analyst. Thank you very much for joining us on that. Let me start with our BJP spokesperson. Sir, with Tejashwi Yadav now officially the chief ministerial face for the Mahagathbandhan, does the NDA have a leadership vacuum beyond Nitish Kumar? Because you really haven't found anyone else apart from Nitish Kumar who you feel is strong enough. Do you believe that Nitish Kumar is enough to stay strong and stand against the Mahagathbandhan alliance, multiple alliances coming together?
There is no confusion. You know, Nitish Kumar ji is the Chief Minister of Bihar and leading NDA since 2005. And you see that in 2020, when BJP got enough seats and was a bigger shareholder in government, even in that case also, we choose Nitish Kumar ji as the Chief Minister of Bihar. So there is a trust and there is no confusion. Nitish Kumar ji is leading our Bihar NDA in this election and we are sure to sweep these polls. There was a big confusion within the Grand Alliance on 13 seats. You see that Grand Alliance partners were fighting against each other and Rahul Gandhi was abroad, visiting abroad, and there was nobody. And just to manage the crisis, Ashok Gehlot was sent as an emissary at a last moment and he announced Tejashwi as the Chief Minister of Bihar and Mukesh Sahani as the Deputy Chief Minister. But why there is a need for Congress person to come and held a press conference in Bihar to announce CM and Deputy CM? Where is the Congress stake? Why don't Congress announce their Deputy CM? But
the Congress announcing it is basically trying to mock the NDA, right? The Congress is saying we have a CM face, you don't.
No, of course we have a CM. There is no vacancy.
Who is your CM face?
Nitish Kumar is the CM.
Okay,
and
but
Nitish
that hasn't
Kumar
been announced. That hasn't been announced. There's been a statement from the NDA.
This confusion is created.
No, but
this confusion is created.
But you have the senior most leaders of the BJP who said that Nitish Kumar, under Nitish Kumar's leadership, we will fight elections, but have not categorically said that Nitish is the CM face. There's a very big difference in that.
BJP or any of the constituent of NDA, we are a democratic party.
Okay.
And we just told about the process, how the CM is being chosen.
Okay.
But there is no vacancy. Nitish Kumar ji is the CM of Bihar and he will continue till he wants. And we are going to sweep these polls.
Okay.
You see
you as the spokesperson have said it.
RJD has tried to manage their crisis by announcing Tejashwi as the CM. You see, we have already started our campaign. We are a united house while there is a bickering in Grand Alliance and you see that they have not yet started their campaign.
No, I certainly do notice that the Mahagathbandhan seems to be quite unorganized. That's what I hear from reporters on the ground as well. Now, the last time, Professor Shyam Kumar, the last time the RJD lost by barely 15 votes. It was 15 seats, 0.3% vote share. That was a wafer-thin margin that the Mahagathbandhan lost with. So you really have the momentum. It looks like that the Mahagathbandhan has an edge, considering you came so close the last time. But doesn't seem like there's order within the party itself, within the alliance partners. And that's been said by political experts from the ground, that there's not a very haphazard campaign. Then the case that happened on Lalu's family, which also in a way has Tejashwi's name in it. So that also kind of leads to people losing trust. You tell us, with Tejashwi being announced as a CM face, what kind of edge do you believe Mahagathbandhan will really have under his leadership?
We are going to form next government in Bihar with regard to today historic announcement, I can call it, because my opposition party friends were talking, who is your CM face? We were very much clear, and people of Bihar, they were very clear and committed, in fact. But today, after coming this kind of announcement, Bihar is ready to go ahead for change and progressive change, and Bihar is ready for Tejashwi Yadav Sahab as a next CM. This is what I have to submit at this moment. We are in the process. We are in the democratic and positive process. And I would like to add one point which you have just raised. Even in the 2020 election, we were the largest party in Bihar. Despite all the odds, all parties, constitutional bodies, and everything were against us, but but they big in number. And how they made Jor Tor Ki Sarkar in the 2020s, you are well aware, I think. But this time their game plan will not work, and we don't want to address such a small kind of their narratives, rhetoric, manufactured narratives, and what kind of trust and unity in the NDA is there. You must have seen the Ajay Mandal, who is a Bhagalpur, Lok Sabha MP, offered resignation. That in their party, the kind of the ticket distribution has happened. How the EBC, 36% of voters were undermined. This is a bigger question. So this is not 101 versus 101. I tell you, this is versus 101 versus 142. And another chapter is very significant to add here. That how this BJP is going to completely finish the regional political parties. That is beauty of our democracy. In the Maharashtra chapter, I don't want to add anything. In the Bihar, what has happened? Have you seen even single statement of Honorable Chief Minister of Bihar on the SIR? He was completely maintaining the silence on the entire chapter when we were fighting. Ultimately, that helped to add the 12th, document in the list. So point is that at this point, 11th hour, Bihar is fully prepared. We are fully prepared to change the misrule of 20 years of double-engine failed Sarkar. One is tired, one is expired.
Okay.
And
apart from loopholes that you all are highlighting of the NDA, what is it that the RJD is promising to its people of Bihar? What are the 5 top promises that you feel will really help people vote for you?
See, I tell you, for the very first time, the youth employment has become bigger issue in the election, I tell you.
So we hear RJD is going to give jobs that will pay 30,000 a month?
Yeah, definitely. I tell you that for that we need a political will, and we have already proven in the year 2022 to 24, when Tejashwi Yadav Sahab was a Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, he has given 5 lakh people permanent job. And many more was in the pipeline. In the 2020, when we promised 10 lakh job, we were in the process, but it does not suit NDA-led BJP. So somehow they made Jor Tor Ki Sarkar. Ultimately, people suffer a lot. We have big plan. We have all the roadmap for the women, for the young, the people of marginalized. One very important point, if you allow me for a couple of seconds, then I would like to add, the social justice-led, governance is our topmost priority. For example, caste census, we have done surveys, economic survey, and social survey we have done. We are, because our part, the central government has come with the caste census. So try to understand the why people give such a big mandate in Bihar. We are truly social justice, socialism committed from the ground. We are not in a vacuum. Our politics is, giving the, complete, concrete jobs to the youth, not 5 kilo ration. When these people will come in the job, they will distribute 50 kilo ration to the people, I tell you.
What about the corruption charges? Prime Minister Modi said this is a Latbandhan alliance, not a Gadbandhan. That criminals have come together to form an alliance.
I see, with my all due respect to Honorable Prime Minister, one thing is very clear. In the Bihar, there is no local leader of NDA. Honorable Prime Minister is a recent and consecutive visit to Bihar that proves that Tejashwi Yadav has a bigger height. There is no confusion. Bihar will draw such a line, I tell you, in coming times, that we have to see many things. and nation will witness the how he helps the people at margin. So Prime Minister Sahapar, I don't would like to speak anything. He's our Prime Minister. I respect him, but I tell you that we are going to form government despite all challenges, and we will do better. I tell you.
Okay. All right. Let me bring in Dr. Sanjay Kumar, who's an analyst here. Sir, Mukesh Sahani, his announcement as Deputy CM, it came last minute, and it's obviously led to a lot of conversation around whether this is a master stroke by the RJD. What do you believe? Do you believe that Tejashwi succumbed to pressure, or he really genuinely believes that Mukesh Sahani, who got 9% vote share the last time, will really bring in some kind of momentum for them?
Everybody knows that the Bihar election is already focused regarding the caste combination. Quite natural, when Mukesh Sahani will be in his fold, he will get the vote of his caste. Yes, you will club all the sub-caste of this very community, then he will get the 9% votes. 2.4% vote, perhaps, just he is claiming that when I will be in the fold of India Gadbandhan and just I will collect that very votes. But okay, he is pressurized. When you will announce me as the Deputy CM, certainly I will be in favor of you, and my caste, especially the EBC voters, will connect to you and you will be benefited in the election. So whether it will be Tejashwi Yadav has already announced the name of the Deputy CM due to pressurized by the Mukesh Sahani or not, but he would like to give the message to the EBC voters. In the socio-economic survey which has already been conducted by Bihar government, 36% EBC. So just he would like to give the message to the EBC class. It's just I am giving you representation. And Mukesh Sahani has already been announced as the Deputy CM. When I will form the government, Mukesh Sahani will be the Deputy CM. So I would just myself, you will ask to me, what's your opinion regarding the announcement of this very name? It has already been understood. Tejashwi will be the CM, and because Mukesh Sahani always insisted on it, what seat will be given by India Gadbandhan, it doesn't matter. But one thing will be that I will be announced Deputy CM. I will be the Deputy CM of the Bihar. So, yesterday, Ashok Gahlot and Allah Baru, which one is the in charge of Bihar Congress, yesterday met Lalu Prasad ji, and Lalu Prasad ji has already told him, first of all, you will have to announce the name of CM face and Tejashwi. Then I will talk to you regarding the any another strategy how we will win the election. So today they have already called the press persons and arranged a press meet in the Maurya Hotel, announced the name of as CM face Tejashwi Prasad and Mukesh Sahani as the Deputy CM. But one thing is very much important, where the opposition has already attacked. Opposition means ruling party, NDA Gadbandhan. 18% Muslim voters, which is just clubbing to the India Gadbandhan. Why you have not announced any Deputy CM from this very community?
Correct.
Muslim community. According to the representation, you are telling because they are just.
That's generally the perception is that they will either way vote for the Mahagathbandhan. So taken for granted attitude possibly. That's what we usually see, isn't it? Where have you? I've hardly ever seen a Muslim deputy CM, if you're talking about the minority particularly, anywhere where the Congress is governed.
One thing I would like to tell you. One thing I would like to tell you, Sahanawaz Alam was the in charge of Congress before Allah Baru, and he has announced, I will make two deputy CM, one from the minority class and one from the upper class. So it has already been announced by the Congress. Yes, now Allah Baru is just leading this very party, and he was the in charge of the Congress. Now he is also in charge. So he has already announced it. The minority community will be also given the proper representation. So one thing, what raised by the ruling class, NDA, just on the India Gadbandhan, why you have not announced another community?
No, I know. Okay, those are the questions you ask, but I want to know as an analyst, do you believe that Tejashwi has the edge? He has the fire in the belly. He's able to, because he's been named as a CM face for the Mahagathbandhan. Finally, there seems to be consensus. All the allies have agreed on him. So, do you believe he has the strength to pull his party to victory? Very thin margin they lost the last time.
Why not? Why not? Why not? I agree to you because Tejashwi has already proved himself in the last 2020 elections.
Yeah.
His party just has got 75 seats and the largest party in the Bihar. He's a good youth connector. Just he will raise the issues of Bihar, padhai, kabai, dabai, sichai, that very type of issue raised among the, especially the youths, which represents 58%. 58% population of Bihar belongs to youth. So he may connect to the people.
Okay.
In the politics, everything can be possible. How the people will think over it, whether the people will connect or not connect, when the result will come, then I will discuss to you. But nowadays, it has already clear a face. A leadership crisis has already been ended today, and he has already, India Gadbandhan has announced a face. Tejashwi will be the CM when I will form the government. This is the clear message to the Bihar.
Okay. Sir, Nikhil Anand, you wanted to say something. Please go on.
You see, Grand Alliance is, there is a inner conflict in Grand Alliance, and they have not been able to kickstart their campaign yet. But you see that NDA has already started their campaign. And here, RJD and Congress were in a desperate mode, and that is why, just to manage the crisis, this hat-throwing press conference was presented that Tejashwi will be the CM. You see that Tejashwi knows that his core voters may fragment, and that is why, just to stop them from going elsewhere, he has just announced that he will be the CM. It is a strategy of the RJD, and they forced Congress to come to the dais and held a press conference. And why not Rahul Gandhi came? Rahul Gandhi is still having the hangover of his visit abroad. And here RJD is on a losing mode.
Okay.
Nitish Kumar has done a lot
All right.
for the weaker section, EBC community, OBC community, and there is a big trust of the government. And you see also that NDA is far ahead in this election campaign.
Okay, we heard you. Our final question to Professor Shyam Kumar on Rahul Gandhi's photographs missing on Mahagathbandhan posters. What happened?
Nothing like that. What my friend of the BJP is talking. They used to talk something like that, which is truly unnecessary, I tell you, on this point. All top brass leaders of Congress were there. Rahul Gandhi ji will also come in the election. He is a national leader. He has already, his schedule are already fixed. With regard to he was talking about that contribution of Nitish Kumar ji. I would like to just add one very important point. That what social justice, Dalit and Mahadalit, after making Dalit and Mahadalit, he has broken the unity of Dalit community. So this Sarkar is totally against the social justice for Dalit community.
You still haven't answered the question as to where
social justice. He has not given a single % reservation to anybody.
Great.
Lalu
so we are not for social
Prasad
justice. We are given largest
has
number
had
of
political share.
But I thought the BJP is against
give any share to the
reservation.
EBC and OBC.
No, it is
just
our
enjoying
effort. I
all
tell
the
you,
luxury
it is our
of
effort
social justice politics.
in a reality
Okay,
today.
all right.
In
As
the
I'm
Bihar
short
politics,
on time here,
politics.
as I'm short on time here, I wish you all the best, Mr. Shyam Kumar, RJD's Tejashwi Yadav has been announced as the CM face for you. So we're going to wait and watch to see if he really pull through this time. With a narrow margin that RJD Mahagathbandhan lost in 2020, will Tejashwi Yadav turn that around? With Mukesh Sahani now named as deputy, will this be a masterstroke for them? We've got to wait and watch. I really appreciate Nikhil Anand, Shyam Kumar and Sanjay Kumar for joining us here today. All right, a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us on the other side.
In association with Can't Do Without Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil.
The goat or Bakra of satire is back. Cyrus Roja. From politics to pop culture, from your WhatsApp forwards to breaking news, nothing and no one is safe.
Relax, guys, relax. I only roast the truth, and the truth is always hilarious. Too much pressure.
Get ready for news caustic, bold, sharp, unfiltered, 100% Cyrus.
This is my tempo. The ultimate biking experience is incomplete without Servo 40 Extra from Indian Oil. Breaking the model. Can't do without it.
Big daddy of elections has arrived. Or will Bihar, Gen Z, usher in change? Have they emerged as a substantial vote base? We have been able to indigenously develop a system which a lot of countries aspire. We have also drawn that red line, and that's the best part. Donald Trump has been keeping everybody guessing. There are things you can negotiate and there are things you cannot negotiate. The Americans never expected such a tough line from the Indians. You confront a bully up front, you know.
Light, camera, and action. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite snack because News9 is here with your weekend dose of entertainment. It's time to take a deeper dive into the buzzworthy happenings of the entertainment world. From celebrity gossips to exclusive conversations, from nostalgic moments to News9's pick of the week, don't worry, we've got you covered here. And I hope you've grabbed your popcorn by now because News9's page 3 is here to serve you everything that we call entertainment. So do stay tuned every Saturday and Sunday, 2:30 p.m.
All right, welcome back. Well, our top story here is about a girl in Tamil Nadu who's decided that she's had enough with sitting besides just girl students and that segregating girls from boys in classrooms is just absolutely painful and this has to be corrected. This is precisely what the girls in Tamil Nadu, at least a complaint that's been filed by a girl in Tamil Nadu, has said to the Lokpal. A complaint has been filed to the Lokpal by a young girl. In fact, the question is, should boys and girls sit together in school or should they sit apart? That's the question at the heart of a unique case here emerging from Tamil Nadu. So that's precisely what I'm going to delve into here. A question that's of course looming on our minds here is, should boys and girls sit together in class or should they be sitting apart? The question that's at the heart of a unique case emerging from Chennai, where a student from Satyabhama University has taken her fight to the Lokpal of India. The student alleges that her university enforces a policy preventing male and female students from sitting together in classrooms. A rule, she says, amounts to gender segregation. The complaint argues the policy violates equality and freedom guaranteed under Article 14 and 19 of the Constitution and causes mental distress by restricting normal interaction between girls and boys. The Lokpal, India's top anti-corruption and grievance body, first initially said this is not our jurisdiction, so we can't interfere. But we hear that they have been urged now to step in and direct the university to end this practice. If it takes up the case, if Lokpal does take up the case, it could really be setting precedent. It could mark one of the rare instances where a university's internal disciplinary code of having girls and boys sit separately is now challenged for gender discrimination. Online, of course, the debate is quite sharply divided. Some call the rule outdated and regressive. Others defend it as part of campus discipline. Now, supporters of gender segregated classrooms claim that it reduces, having girls and boys sitting separately, reduces distractions and improves focus. In single gender setups, some students, especially girls, feel more comfortable to participate freely, even showing greater interest in subjects like STEM. But advocates of co-education argue the opposite, saying sitting together fosters respect, teamwork, mutual understanding. After all, boys and girls will work side by side in universities, offices, and every sphere of life, so why not starting from school? Mixed classrooms mirror that reality, helping young people learn how to collaborate, communicate, and grow as equals. And that's perhaps the real lesson, where when girls and boys share the same bench, they aren't just learning their syllabus, they're also learning how to build the world that they'll soon inherit together. Let me bring in our panelists, Dr. Nisha Najimuddin, educationist and public policy expert. We also have Cynthia Stephen, gender and development policy analyst. Thank you both of you for joining us. Miss Cynthia, your first take on this as someone who's been fighting a cause yourself. Give us a little more. Does gender-based seating amount to institutional discrimination in your view under Indian law? Yes. What does the Indian law say?
Yes, I believe so. And I think this is a very regressive move. It is not uncommon, actually. I find this, actually, I found it really amusing that a similar thing was seen in a certain private university right here in Bangalore when I went to visit, address the students. Different girls, different lifts and staircases for boys and for girls. I saw this happening. Maybe not in classes, but in staircases and that may have been for practical reasons. But this very strict, I think it's more common in Tamil Nadu actually. And I just came to know that even in Kerala, these things are practiced. There is in fact a partition between the aisles for boys and girls. I find this really regressive. It's really strange that people who have societies which are willing to let girls to go into professional courses, higher education, and institutions which are admitting girl students together with boys in co-curricular institutions, don't have the skills required to manage the situation. So there has to be, society also has to evolve. And institutional capacities also have to evolve. So I think that is very important.
All right, Nisha, your take on this. Single gender seating rules, does it reflect something where, basically there's an assumption that women feel more comfortable when they are seated with women peers. But here, Chennai girls believe that this is nothing but moral policing rather than actually looking for the benefit of the girl child. Do you believe that too? What's the prevalent practice in Kerala schools? I know many of the schools that are slightly conservative do have girls and boys sitting separately.
So basically, in this particular context, being an educationalist, being an academician, I would say that, universities often argue such kind of segregation between boys and girls, it prevents distractions and helps maintain decorum and discipline. But, you need to understand discipline is never about separation. It is always about self-regulation. You can separate the seats, you can make the boys and girls sit separately, but you can't separate the society, right? That is very, very important. And now, in a broader perspective, in a very broader perspective, I would like to say that, discipline, actually, it should build the minds of the students. They should not build the walls. And that's, again, completely not acceptable. If the classroom is teaching equality, the seating chart between boys and girls, that shouldn't, contradict it. What we have seen in Satyabama University is completely something that, a boy and a girl sitting together. I'm sorry to say this on a public platform, but just because they sit together, it doesn't mean that the girl gets pregnant. This is the kind of notion people have. I truly understand that discipline is very important, decorum is very important. But real discipline isn't, in dividing genders. It is uniting the minds. So the real issue before us is this a rule towards discipline or a setback equality? As the previous speaker said about the articles, I would just like to mention few. Article, talking about a legal perspective. Article 14 of the Constitution talks about equality before law. Article 15 talks about no discrimination based on sex. Article 21 talks about right, liberty and dignity. Now the UGC, that is University Grants Commission, and the NEP, National Education Policy 2020, both clearly states and they promote inclusivity, gender sensitivity and not segregation. This is something the university has to understand. So therefore the university's justification of discipline, they may not stand legal scrutiny, if challenged in court. That is one thing. And now, from an economic point of view, as an economist also, I would like to say that gender segregation that actually hampers the social capital, right? It kind of weakens the teamwork and the communication skills between both male and female, I would say, Nabila. And from the social aspect, true discipline, it is not about separation. It is about the self-control. Teach them. If you start separating children in the classroom or the students in the classroom, how will they have a proper unity in the boardroom when they need to work together? We need to understand that. See, walls in the classroom will start building walls of society. So where does empowerment come? Where does gender equality come? So discipline cannot be achieved by denial of equality. That needs to be understood. So real discipline should actually unite the minds of the children, and that should not divide the gender. This is something which very personally I want to say.
So I see both Nisha and Cynthia both agree with the fact that girls and boys should be a mixed lot, that they're not, that's making them sit separately would only kill their morale, kill their confidence, will not have them ready for the real world. I think our panelists itself listed a whole host of reasons to why it's important to have them sit together. But what about comfort? When we speak of comfort, when girls feel more safe or, they feel more confident when they're just with the other girls, seated with the other girls. What would you say to that, Cynthia?
Actually, I was just thinking it's not only about seating in the classroom. In fact, the segregation extends to corridors, to staircases, to actually not normal human intercourse. I mean, they can't talk to each other. And so that is pretty reprehensible. We can't do this to adults. These are adults who are casting their votes, because if they are in university, that means they're past 18. You can't be in university, and you can't infantilize adults in this manner. I think it's pretty reprehensible that such a stance is being taken. That is on the one hand. I think the comfort level, I don't know about the comfort level, Nabila, because we see people moving freely with each other, sitting in buses, sitting in
and if you're not going to give them a chance to feel comfortable with having boys seated next to you, then when are they going to learn, right? Like, you can't just keep feeding into their insecurity or fear.
Yes.
So, so I think that's the conclusion here. You believe that this girl has a good case with the Lokpal? If the instruction is given to the university, then it will be setting precedent, which means the entire country now, schools will have to ensure girls and boys should be allowed to sit together.
Yes and no, in the sense, maybe it was a strategic, I don't know what caused her to go to Lokpal. The courts would have been a better option, I think. There might have been somebody who advised them to go to the Lokpal, because the Lokpal really only talks about the corruption kind of issues.
Yeah, I know. They said it's not in their jurisdiction, but they're considering sending a message out to the university.
Correct. Yeah, I think my fellow panelist wants to say something.
Yeah, Nisha.
To add a point regarding the code, if the student had gone to the code, as I mentioned, the university's justification of discipline, that will not even stand a legal scrutiny, and you need to understand that the court also will say that such kind of orthodox or stereotypic perspective has to be broken, because talking about the current perspective of mental wellness and the mental capacity of children, the student very clearly states that, it is hampering their mental peace, it's causing a disturbance in the, emotional or mental space as a whole. Because we need to understand that today, the physical wellness and the mental wellness of an individual, especially a student, is very, very important.
Yeah.
So such kind of things will actually demotivate them to progress in life. We should think about progressivity in a much better manner.
So I think we've come down to one conclusion here, that having them sitting separately is basically nothing but regressive, and that should end with immediate effect. Kudos to this girl from Chennai who has taken the courage to file a complaint, even if it's with the wrong body, but at least it's held the spotlight. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us. All right, that's it on that. Let me cut across to our top stories. Shifting our focus to our day to night stories, let me begin with a very tragic case that's come to light from Madhya Pradesh. This Diwali, a viral social media trend has turned quite deadly in Madhya Pradesh. Children who took part in Madhya Pradesh in a dangerous Carbide Gun challenge. So-called Carbide Gun or Desi firecracker gun, which is being promoted extensively on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. It's being treated as a must-have toy by children. But the reality is, of course, far from playful. In just 3 days, more than 122 children across Madhya Pradesh have been admitted to hospitals with severe eye injuries. And tragically, 14 kids have lost their eyesight. Vidisha has emerged as the worst hit district. In fact, these crude devices were openly sold there in local markets despite a government ban on it on October 18th. The guns were priced between 150 and 200 rupees and are homemade using plastic or tin pipes with gunpowder, matchstick heads and calcium carbide. When ignited, they explode violently, propelling debris and toxic carbide vapors that can severely damage the eyes, and 14 kids have lost their eyesight. Shocking. 122 kids are currently being treated at hospitals. Police have arrested 6 people in Vidisha for illegally selling these guns, and authorities are now cracking down on the promotion and sale of these hazardous devices. Despite the crackdown, the viral social media challenge continues to push children towards experimenting with these improvised explosives, putting thousands of them at risk. Doctors and parents are urging extreme caution. This Diwali social media virality is proving that these kind of trends are unsafe if it's done just by looking at those Instagram videos without parental supervision. This is what happens. Now, a tragic case is coming to light from Noida. Shocking case of an alleged medical negligence has surfaced from Greater Noida, where a newborn's hand was to be amputated after doctors at a private hospital allegedly administered the infant a wrong injection. The baby girl, born on October 5th, was admitted to Lokpal nursing home for treatment of minor health issues, but soon after receiving an injection, her hand began to swell and turn blue. In fact, those fingers were taped, a band-aid type of tape. And when the tape was removed, after the injection, a tape was put. When the tape was removed, this is how it had turned. And her condition worsened so rapidly that despite being shifted to multiple hospitals, doctors have now warned that the family has reached a critical stage there where they had to finally decide on amputing the hand. The newborn's father, Baleshwar Bhati, has filed a police complaint accusing the hospital of medical negligence, demanding strict action against its administration there. Police have written to the chief medical officer of Gautam Budh Nagar as well, seeking some information of some kind of formation at this point of a medical inquiry committee to investigate this incident and submit a legal report at the earliest. All right, now cutting across to Andhra Pradesh. A 62-year-old TDP leader who was arrested for allegedly attempting to sexually assault a minor girl in the bushes. He was caught while doing so and he was arrested soon after. Now we hear this man has died by suicide. According to police, the survivor, who's that girl you see on the screens there, she's a class 8 student. She was allegedly lured by this man who's a TDP leader and he was taken to a secluded area. In fact, this girl is a school girl and he basically tried to pose as her grandfather and take her to a public garden before the assault. On October 22nd, that video surfaced showing the man confronting one man tried to confront that Narayana Rao, the accused, asking why he brought that young girl to the bushes and why he had asked her to remove her clothes, because that's what the video shows. That girl is quickly dressing. She was undressed, she was dressing up when another man arrived and started taking that video. So it was quite clear that this man was up to something, and he of course denied those allegations, but soon after he was arrested. YSR Congress there, YSR CP, took this up, put this out on their platforms, accusing the TDP leader of a rape. And while this man was arrested, on a day later, October 22nd, we hear that he died by suicide in police custody. His family has expressed doubts though, saying that Rao's death seems suspicious. Claims are that Rao jumped into a lake when the police was escorting him. He jumped into a lake and died by suicide. But Rao's family repeatedly says that this could be false and that he could not have claimed his own life. Well, this has now become a huge flashpoint. YSRCP and the TDP in Andhra clashing over this case, but the man who's accused of rape has now died. All right, now a shocking incident that's come to light from Hyderabad. In fact, a cow protection law and order in Telangana has once again surfaced. A cow vigilante in Hyderabad named Sonu, also known as Prashant, was allegedly shot by members of a cow smuggling mafia in Ghatkesar area in Hyderabad. Sonu, who has reportedly been involved in Gaurakshak activities for over 5 years, is now battling for his life in the hospital after he sustained a bullet injury. According to the police, sources say that Sonu was lured to the spot by a group claiming to have information about illegal cow transportation. And when Sonu arrived there, one of the accused allegedly opened fire at him. The police have now detained the suspects and investigation currently underway. Incident, of course, has triggered a political storm. BJP has backed up Sonu, and leaders are accusing the AIMIM of involvement here. Hyderabad BJP leader Madhya Pradesh has called it an attempt to murder itself, demanding swift action, claiming that the police are trying to shield the culprits. Sonu's mother is from the Valmiki community, vowed to continue her son's mission, demanded immediate arrest of those responsible here. All right, all right, let me cut across to a tragic incident that's now come to light from Tamil Nadu. Well, yet again, another case, a young doctor has died by suicide. This has happened in Tamil Nadu. After mounting pressure as a resident doctor, this doctor, Vijay Kumar, a final year MS General Surgery student, a resident at the Tiruvannamallai Medical College, Tiruvannamallai Medical College in Tamil Nadu. That's where he was working. He reportedly died after ingesting paraquat, a highly toxic herbicide. While the exact circumstances surrounding the tragedy remain unclear, experts say that it underscores two pressing issues here: the urgent need to structure medical help, mental health support as well for resident doctors, and the dangers of easily accessible toxic substances like paraquat. Across the country, resident doctors have often endured extreme workloads with shifts lasting 36 to 40 hours, high patient loads and little rest. In fact, this doctor here, young doctor, seemed to have been a victim of that. Many also face humiliation or harsh treatment from senior faculty, compounding that stress. Health activists now warning that incidents like this, like Dr. Vijay Kumar, are not isolated but symptomatic of systemic mental health challenges faced by young medical professionals. Paraquat is a potent herbicide widely used in agriculture across India, but classified by the WHO as highly toxic. Ingesting that can cause multi-organ failure and is fatal, and that's what happened with this doctor. Many countries have banned it, but how was it so easy for this doctor to access it? Maybe it was. This tragic case, of course, raises urgent need and highlights all that's wrong here. First of all, the pressure on resident doctors across India. All right, and finally, Saudi Arabia. We're looking at a big move by Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has taken a historic step by abolishing the controversial kafala system, a decades-old labor framework that critiques have long likened to modern-day slavery. Introduced in 1950s, the kafala system allowed employers to control foreign workers' passports, restrict movement and limit job changes, leaving millions, a lot of them Indians, particularly low-wage Indian workers and migrant workers, vulnerable to exploitation from their sponsors. With the reform now in effect, migrant workers in sectors like domestic work, construction, hospitality and cleaning can expect better rights, legal protection and freedom to change jobs without their employer's consent as well. A move widely hailed as a major step towards labor welfare in Saudi Arabia. Experts say that this abolition addresses long-standing abuses, including passport confiscation that used to happen, poor living conditions of these workers, restricted exit rights, which left workers powerless and dependent on sponsors. The human rights organizations and the ILO have praised this move, calling it a positive step against forced labor and human trafficking in the Gulf. The end of the kafala system marks a new era for migrant workers in Saudi, offering hope and safer working conditions. All right, on that note, it's a wrap on this edition. Thanks very much for tuning in. Have a great night.
Stop, please stop. Where's your bike? Calm down.
Bike? We don't have.
But we'll get one, sister.
With your recommendation.
Okay. Hey, don't touch my gabbar.
So Gabbar's a good boy?
He's smooth.
Wow.
On road and off road too. Super bikes have super engine oil.
V-Doll?
Saurav Ganguly.
Saurav Ganguly and hordes of super bikers have tested and trusted V-Doll engine oil. It actually keeps the engine clean from deep within.
What is to the nines? In literal terms, it's perfection. But to us, it's not just a phrase, it's an attitude. One that starts at your desk and sends a statement to the world. To the nines is about taking charge. It's a way of life where every seam, every fold, is crafted with excellence. It's timeless elegance and uncompromising quality made for the corner office. It's the ideas that inspire redefining order and elevating the tabletop. To the nines, for the leaders of today and the visionaries of tomorrow.
Every brand tells a story. And they are the storytellers. The Sutradhars. They present a brand with band, baja and barat to you. They are the Brandwalas.
Big daddy of elections has arrived. Or will Bihar, Gen Z, usher in change? Have they emerged as a substantial vote base? We have been able to indigenously develop a system which a lot of countries aspire. We have also drawn that red line, and that's the best part. Donald Trump has been keeping everybody guessing. There are things you can negotiate and there are things you cannot negotiate. The Americans never expected such a tough line from the Indians. You confront a bully up front, you know.
That goat is long dead, but Cyrus Bhai are still alive. Game Cho. This is God's office calling. You're not a VIP, so God won't speak directly, but here's the deal.